Okay, so here we are with part two of getting ready to be lost a lot. We're going to start off on trails. Eventually, we're going to get into heavy traffic once again. But for a little while, we'll just be totally lost and have no idea what we're doing or where we're going, and just be riding around in circles. So this should be exciting. I really need to learn how to use my Garmin. What I wanted to do was tell the Garmin to bring up the route and do it the opposite way, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I have figured it out before, but couldn't do it today. I don't know how you make yourself remember how you used to do it. So I guess we just ride around here in the woods until we figure out something. Apparently I was going uphill all the time because, man, I'm flying now. I wonder what they cleared this area out for. Guess we can try to go back to the spot where we got lost at and see if we can't figure out how to get unlost. You're going underneath the highway. Oh, this is Harbison. All right, so I believe last time now let's see if we can take it back to where I originally got lost. And that was where the people were with the two little cute bulldogs. All right, so I gave you all that background information, which hopefully I finished. I don't remember. We'll just say I did. In order to come up with today's story, where I've gotten used to allowing people to help me, even when I don't need help, because two things happens. I'm happier getting helped. Even if I don't need it, I'm still happier getting helped. And they're happier helping. So I always see it as a win-win, that there's no losers in this situation. So yesterday I had to go to a urologist. And that's the first time going to a urologist. So I drove there and pulled into a parking lot, which was at their building, huge building, several floors, lots of parking spaces, multiple entrances. So I picked one of the ones that said the word entrance on it and decided that was the entrance I was going to take. Whether it was the right entrance or not, I just don't know. Huh, did I just do a U-turn? I'm pretty sure I just did a U-turn. Interesting. So where should I turn off on then? I'm pretty sure that way is wrong. So let's go this way, and this time take a different direction somewhere. I did remember a different direction, so I'll go take that one. So one of the hazards of having an e-bike is you get lost. And you don't know how to get back home. Yeah, I don't think that was the way. I think what I need to do is take this... Not that one. That's certainly not the right road. Usually when you say it certainly isn't the right road, that probably is the right road. Okay, so we're going to turn right here. And see where this takes me. Does this route look familiar to anybody? I can't tell. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can tell. This is the... Okay, so... Wow. It looks like all roads lead to the same spot. How is that possible? How can every road lead to the same spot? I'm pretty sure that's that construction that we saw that we... I'm not 100% positive though. How would you ever get 100% positive about stuff? If that's right, then that means we have to go underneath the Harbison Road. But what should I be doing once I get underneath the Harbison Road? Okay, this may not look like it, but this is what a genius does when he's lost. Spends a lot of time introspective thinking about the direction he would like to go and which direction he would like to go is the best direction. There's lots of paths off to the side that a genius could take, but only the best geniuses take the correct route. So, what is the correct route? It's the route I take. Ooh. Am I getting deep here on a biking channel? Alright, let's see what happens. Can I just go up through this way? Will this take me somewhere that's better than any of the places I've currently been? Hello, other riders. How are y'all doing?
That's nice bike right there. I know that's worth something.
Thanks. All right. So, actually, some of this looks familiar. Unfortunately, I don't remember what part. You know, a path and hanging out in woods. I guess just in general, they're going to look familiar. Whoa. All right, I don't know which way to go, so I'll go this way. Passing by. Thank you. We appear to be going downhill all the time now, which means we were going uphill all the time. We didn't really notice. The advantage of an e-bike. Does this look familiar to people? Huh. Maybe this is taking me to the lake. I remember that I had this type of lights close to the lake. Okay, stay on the bigger trail, so we'll go this way. Hello. All right, bigger trail is usually a good idea. Oh, this is kind of fun. Of course, I'm going kind of fast because I'm going downhill. That does look like a lake over there. So we will cross this bridge and then turn right. Or are we going to go this way? We want to go this way. This way we'll circle around the other side of the lake. Okay, so we finally figured it out. It took us a while. Beginning to wonder if I'll be able to make it home before dark now, though. Disadvantage of getting lost. You know, being out for another hour longer than expected. I got one of these. Passing. Thank y'all. Okay, so let's see, where were we? First day, our first visit to the urologist. So anyway, I pull into the parking lot and I have no idea which entrance is the best entrance to take. I have to go to room 205, so I'm thinking I just need to pick a spot to park and start walking. Now with my knees, I don't want to walk very far, so I hate to be too far off. But I don't know where I'm going, so I don't have much choices. Hey. Hey, yeah. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's the way to the mall if I wanted to go, so it's nice that I figured this out. Here's some nice little ducks who don't seem to care about bicycles. So anyway, I spend time trying to figure out what all I need to take in there. I got to make sure I get all my insurance cards because it's the first time you have a visit. So I got to have my Medicare. I got to have my supplemental. Got to have my drug card. Probably got to have my credit card. So got to make sure I get all those with me. And after I do that, I get out of my car and start heading towards one of the entrances. This entrance looks important. It has the word entrance on it. And it, where there's another entrance that looks like it might be a more important entrance because it has a car shelter. It's like you could pull up without somebody getting rained on and get out into it. But it was further away. So I decided to take the shorter one, or the closer one. So when I get to the entrance door, I was reading the door because since I wasn't 100% positive, even though it had a big word on there saying entrance, I wasn't sure if it was going to say something like for employees only or something. So I stop to look inside the door to find out if there were any clues. And one of the clues on the door is turn the door handle in order to open the door. And so I was sitting there thinking, why do you have to tell somebody to turn the door handle in order to open the door? What other options are they going to have? I said it would be better to know whether I need to push or pull after I turn the handle, as opposed to turning the handle, because I figured that was a given, since there was a handle there. So while sitting there doing this, I'm just standing there in front of the door reading the signs and not entering. In the meantime, there was this person who, as I was approaching the door, I saw she was coming from her car and heading towards the same door I was going to. But she was a bit behind me. I just noticed her existence and the fact that she was heading there. She had a phone in front of her and was looking like she was looking at things on the phone. And so I just registered the fact that she existed and then went about trying to get to my door. And so I was standing there looking at the door. Now, probably what she saw is some old man walking up to a door and just standing there because he didn't know how to open the door, even though there was instructions telling me that I needed to pull the handle. But maybe I can't read, and so I'm standing there reading the instructions at the door, and she apparently decided that I was lacking in the mental ability to figure out how to open up a door, which that could have been the case, but in this particular case it was not right. I did have the mental capacity to open up a door. But she didn't know that. So she came up next to me, and she said, "Let me help you." I said, "Okay, thanks." And then I didn't know what she was going to do. And then she opened the door. And I was thinking, well, chivalry has switched. It used to be guys open doors for girls, and now girls open doors for guys. And I was thinking, okay, that's fine. I can get with the times. And so I thanked her for opening the door for me, even though I didn't really think I needed that. But, it never hurts to be polite to people. So, thanking them for opening the door is always a good thing. So I thanked her. And then she walked beside me, and we talked about the reason she was there. And she was there because of physical therapy reasons, and that she was slightly lost the first time she was there, and so she understood that maybe I needed a little bit of help getting around. And she asked me somewhere in our conversation, where was I going? And I was saying I was trying to find room 205. And so, continuing her helpfulness, she said, "Oh, let me take you to room 205. Now, while I may be capable of finding 205, because I'm thinking 2 is probably second floor, and how big can second floor be? Eventually I could run across it. But instead of doing that, I said, "Oh, thank you very much. That would be nice of you." And it would be nice of her. I mean, she's going out of her way to help a total stranger find his way. I mean, how can you can't be too objectable to that, because that's just amazing. So I was appropriately amazed. I don't remember how I get off this thing. Let me just keep going this way. Apparently a car had a wreck there. Hope that doesn't give me a flat tire. So she showed me where the elevator was. There were signs pointing out where the elevator was, but hey, it's better to have somebody show you. That way there's no doubt that the elevator is where they are. And then we got into the elevator. She pushed the second floor button for me. And she was going to the third floor, so she pushed the third floor for herself. But when we stopped at the second floor, she said, "Let me help you find 205. So she stepped outside with me, saying that she had a few minutes before her physical therapy session, so she had time to help me find room 205. And we found the room 205. I thanked her, and she went off. Now, in that case, I can't see any harm in that. Now, I could have found 205, but man, was it a lot more fun having somebody along with me, helping me out in my search for 205. Bringing me to the elevators, which I'm sure I could have eventually found. But instead, I had somebody who knew exactly where the elevators were and didn't have to do as much looking. Just overall, I just found it a better experience with somebody else. And she was there for me. And that, I assume, probably helped her day because she was able to help an old man find his way. And it made my day because I made kind of like a little friend. So it was good overall. I enjoyed it. And something I hate to add, but in today's society where people are always complaining that somebody or another is out to get you, she was not the same race as me. She was of a different race and still perfectly willing to help, perfectly nice and guidance. And I guess we both had an enjoyable experience. I know I did. I was very happy. You know, when you're going somewhere by yourself and you get somebody friendly to come along with you, I mean, how can you have too much wrong with that? There's a lot of traffic right now. It's a Friday, and people are wanting to get where they want to go, and it's late Friday, so people are off work. You got the early leaver with work and the people that get off earlier than most people also. So we got double the traffic. And usually you get extra wrecks during this time too. Thank you. I'm checking my rearview mirror for when I cross these roads to make sure somebody's not going to turn into me that's looking to get gas. It's a little iffy of a situation, but try to do the best I can. This is part of the danger of riding an e-bike, is when you're in a situation like this, which is a little scary. That one car there is not making it any friendlier for people. I don't know how to do anything else but wait. They didn't give me a button to push. All right, so back off the dangerous roads. Yay. Oh, I guess that concludes the first part of that story. So that was somebody helping me, making my day good. I enjoyed it. I guess you did too. Uh, Helping somebody, I can't see, and accepting help. It was hard for me earlier in my life to accept people's help. So learning that that is not a sign of weakness to accept somebody's help, that is actually a sign that you're strong. Because a lot of people won't accept help because of various reasons. I didn't accept help because I always had the theory I don't need it. But it really doesn't have anything to do with whether you need it or not. So hopefully somebody else can learn from me and that experience that it doesn't hurt to have somebody help you. It just doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt you, it doesn't hurt them. So the other part of the day was after I got through visiting. Oh, and I had some cool stories there, but I won't tell them. But after I started visiting, I started to leave. You know, like you always have to leave. You have to set up your next appointment, stuff like that. And so the girl that was sitting there, she was all frowny, and she looked like she wasn't a very happy person at all. Maybe she had a long day. It was late in the day by then, probably 3:30 or so. So maybe she was getting close to the end of her shift. Anyway, she didn't look happy at all. And I was thinking, is there anything I can think of that I could say to a total stranger that would make her not feel as bad as what she currently looks like she does? And so I had looked around her office, and she had a couple of personal items that maybe her kids had prepared for her. One was a Halloween type of decoration that was sitting up on the wall. And then there was another picture of some sort. Wasn't Halloween related. That was next to it. And the picture, the Halloween related picture, had 5 ghosts that were actually 5 cotton balls, but but they were supposed to be ghosts, 5 ghosts that were sitting there. And so I had made the comment. I said, "Oh, I see you have 5 ghosts watching over you as you work." And she just broke out laughing. Now, there's probably something I don't quite understand about it because it wasn't that funny. But she laughed for a good 3 or 4 minutes before she could get back to her work. So it made me feel good, the fact that I was able to brighten up her day a little bit, because she wasn't looking like she was having a great day. And I'm not sure what the comment about the 5 ghosts looking over had to be so funny, but I was happy I did something instead of just stand there like I sometimes do and wait for them to give me my next appointment. And so after we kind of like broke the ice with that, we then ended up talking about other things, and she didn't look anywhere near as run down and tired as what she did when I first came in. She looked, in fact, enthusiastic and excitable. Wow, look at all that stuff. A lot of stuff. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that because that was a fun story too. One of the things that I run into every day, and I don't know why, I always run into people who are wanting to help me. I assume I look like an invalid of some sort. And they just one look at me means, man, this guy needs help. But I always appreciate it. And almost never do I need help. But I'm willing to accept help. Well, this has been a long ride. It's hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes so far. So longer than my recent rides. I hope I don't suffer the consequences tomorrow. I think I've been, for the most part, not overdoing it. think we'll take this road down. Let's see, what's the temperature? I think this thing's supposed to give me the temperature, but I don't see it. I think I'll just continue on this road. Now, this road here will continue down to the right, I believe. Unless I'm heading in the wrong direction, which I might be. Let's see where we end up here. I might have taken a wrong turn. Which is not surprising to me. Pretty much if you're coming with me on a ride, you're going to see some wrong turns. Yeah, that's access road. And I definitely don't want to get on the access road. So let's turn around. I'll do some a little bit faster riding. Get up to 15 or so for a little bit. I'm telling stories and not concentrating on where I'm driving. I just end up anywhere. Which is not bad. I don't mind going places. That's the reason I ride, just go out and have fun. But I'm not used to such a long ride. I'm not used to 2-hour rides. So, yeah, I'm beginning to feel tiring. I'm a little bit anxious about getting home before it gets dark. But I think I still have plenty of time before dark. Like I probably got 30 minutes. Well, probably longer than that. Probably got an hour before dark. Now this is a neighborhood road. So it's has a lower speed limit, but this is probably like the fastest neighborhood road. I believe it's probably 30 speed limit. So people catch up with me all the time. Had a car behind me. Whew. I've been on Brookshire before. I can't remember which part, on Brookshire I am. So I don't know whether I'm left or right I need to go. So we're just going to stick on this road for a bit longer. You get this in lower gear, make it easier to pedal. Got a pretty strong hill here. Oh, one of the things to talk about is I switched my batteries today. One of the hard things you have if you're riding only 6 miles a day like I've been doing, you don't ever have to change out your batteries. And so there was a period of time I'll go 3 or 4 days without charging, and then I'll charge it up again, and then go 3 or 4 more days because I'm only riding six miles each time. And so my second battery that I carry with me has a full charge. And so after a couple of weeks, I'm thinking, I need to switch out this battery with a full charge because it's been sitting there with a full charge for 2 weeks. So today was the day I switched out the batteries so that I put the battery with only 70% charge in my bag. And so the one I'm riding around with has the major charge in it. Yeah. Used to be the street here I wouldn't get on for a long period of time because it's kind of a major street. But yeah, those days are long gone. I can go 25. I can go the speed limit here. Woo! I don't know how fast I was going then, but it had to be at least 30. Woohoo! Drats. Can't see very far up the road here. I'm having a tough time to knowing if it's clear or not. Whew. Crazy riding. Hey. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, getting close. All right, let's wait a bit. Wow, several cars. It's going to be downhill pretty much the rest of the way home. Just imagine how much higher all this is than my house. It's just downhill all the way. My house is fairly safe compared to all the other houses around me because I'm at the highest point in my little subdivision. Well, not the highest point. I guess there are higher. Well, close to the highest point. Let's see how we doing. Cars, no cars, no cars. Well, one of the things that's definitely true is I get closer to home. I'm excited that this ride is over. I can handle 1 hour rides pretty easily, but getting to 2 hours is, yeah, that's a little tougher on me right now. The sitting part, maybe if I took a break for 30 minutes, but sitting for 2 hours is a little too much for me. And I get a little bit of wrist ache too, sitting in this position for 2 hours. So anyway, just be glad to say that I'm glad I'm finally getting home. You enjoyed this content? Try to like and subscribe and give me a little bit of encouragement to, do more videos. I'm hoping my next video will be out of Augusta. So we'll see. It depends on the weather and my time. But we'll see. Maybe it'll happen. Until next time, bye.